Ground fault circuit interrupters, or GFCIs, are designed to detect imbalances in the current flow between the hot and neutral wires. When a fault occurs, such as a short circuit or equipment leak, the GFCI trips and interrupts the circuit to prevent electrical shock. GFCIs can be used on shared neutrals because they only monitor the current flow on their own circuit. Arc fault circuit interrupters, or AFCIs, are designed to detect high-frequency electrical arcs that can cause electrical fires. AFCIs analyze the electrical signature of the circuit and trip when they detect irregular arcing patterns. AFCIs cannot be used on shared neutrals because they need to monitor the electrical signature of the entire circuit, including the shared neutral. There is a fundamental reason for this difference. GFCIs only require a single phase, which includes a hot and neutral, to function. They monitor the current imbalance between these wires. AFCIs, on the other hand, require a complete circuit consisting of the hot, neutral, and ground to function. They monitor the electrical signature of the entire circuit, which includes the shared neutral. When AFCIs are installed on a shared neutral, the electrical signature of the other circuits connected to that shared neutral can interfere with the AFCI's detection capabilities. This interference can lead to false tripping, where the AFCI trips when there is no actual arc fault, or a failure to detect actual arc faults, which defeats the purpose of the AFCI. To elaborate further, a GFCI operates on the principle of monitoring the current balance between the hot and neutral conductors. Under normal circumstances, the current flowing through the hot conductor should be equal to the current returning through the neutral conductor. If there is a ground fault, meaning that some of the current is leaking to ground through an unintended path, this balance is disrupted. The GFCI detects this imbalance, typically a difference of 5 mA or more, and quickly trips the circuit, cutting off power and preventing electrical shock. Because the GFCI only monitors the current within its own designated circuit, it is unaffected by the presence of shared neutrals. Each GFCI operates independently, comparing the current in its hot wire to the current in its neutral wire, regardless of whether that neutral is shared with other circuits. In contrast, an AFCI is designed to detect arc faults, which are dangerous electrical discharges that can occur due to damaged or deteriorated wiring, loose connections, or faulty appliances. Arc faults produce unique electrical signatures characterized by high-frequency noise and irregular current patterns. AFCIs analyze these signatures to distinguish between normal circuit operation and potentially hazardous arcing conditions. Because arc faults can occur anywhere along the circuit, AFCIs must monitor the entire circuit, including the neutral conductor, to accurately detect these faults. When an AFCI is connected to a shared neutral, it becomes difficult to isolate and analyze the electrical signature of a single circuit. The combined electrical noise and current fluctuations from multiple circuits sharing the same neutral can mask or mimic the characteristics of an arc fault, leading to nuisance tripping. The AFCI may interpret normal electrical activity from other circuits as an arc fault and trip unnecessarily. Conversely, the presence of multiple circuits on a shared neutral can also reduce the AFCI sensitivity to actual arc faults. The electrical noise from other circuits can drown out the faint signals produced by an arc fault, making it more difficult for the AFCI to detect the hazardous condition. The NEC, or National Electrical Code, typically requires dedicated neutral conductors for circuits protected by AFCIs. This requirement ensures that each AFCI can accurately monitor its designated circuit without interference from other circuits sharing the same neutral. There are exceptions and specific requirements outlined in the NEC that must be carefully followed to ensure proper AFCI operation and electrical safety. The complexities associated with shared neutrals and AFCIs underscore the importance of proper electrical wiring and installation practices. Electrical systems should be designed and installed by qualified electricians who are familiar with the NEC and other applicable codes and standards. Regular inspections and maintenance can help identify and correct potential problems before they lead to electrical hazards. Furthermore, homeowners and building occupants should be aware of the potential risks associated with arc faults and other electrical hazards. They should promptly report any signs of electrical problems, such as flickering lights, sparking outlets, or burning smells, to a qualified electrician. By understanding the differences between GFCIs and AFCIs and the challenges associated with shared neutrals, it is possible to enhance electrical safety and prevent electrical shocks and fires. The use of appropriate protective devices and adherence to proper wiring practices are essential for creating safe and reliable electrical systems. In summary, GFCIs and AFCIs serve different but equally important roles in protecting against electrical hazards. GFCIs protect against electrical shock by detecting ground faults, while AFCIs protect against electrical fires by detecting arc faults. While GFCIs can be used on shared neutrals because they monitor current balance within their own circuits, AFCIs require dedicated neutrals to ensure accurate detection of arc faults without interference from other circuits. Understanding these differences and adhering to electrical codes and standards are crucial for ensuring electrical safety in homes and buildings. Consider a scenario where several circuits are sharing a single neutral conductor. One circuit powers a lighting fixture, another powers a small appliance, and a third powers an electronic device. Each of these circuits generates its own unique electrical signature, characterized by specific current waveforms and harmonic frequencies. When an AFCI is installed on one of these circuits, it attempts to analyze the electrical signature to detect the presence of arc faults. However, the shared neutral conductor carries the combined electrical signatures of all three circuits. This means that the AFCI is not only analyzing the electrical activity of its own circuit but also the electrical activity of the other two circuits sharing the same neutral. The combined electrical noise and current fluctuations from these multiple circuits can make it difficult for the AFCI to distinguish between normal circuit operation and potentially hazardous arcing conditions. For example, the electronic device may generate high-frequency noise that mimics the characteristics of an arc fault. The AFCI may misinterpret this noise as an arc fault and trip unnecessarily, causing a nuisance trip. Alternatively, an actual arc fault may occur in one of the other circuits sharing the same neutral. The electrical noise from the other circuits may mask the faint signals produced by the arc fault, making it more difficult for the AFCI to detect the hazardous condition. In this scenario, the AFCI may fail to trip, leaving the arc fault undetected and increasing the risk of an electrical fire. To prevent these problems, electrical codes typically require dedicated neutral conductors for circuits protected by AFCIs. This ensures that each AFCI can accurately monitor its designated circuit without interference from other circuits sharing the same neutral. By isolating the electrical signature of each circuit, the AFCI can more effectively detect arc faults and prevent electrical fires. In addition to dedicated neutral conductors, other measures can be taken to improve the performance of AFCIs and reduce the risk of nuisance tripping. These measures include using high-quality wiring and connectors, ensuring proper grounding, and minimizing electrical noise from electronic devices. Regular inspections and maintenance can also help identify and correct potential problems before they lead to electrical hazards. By taking these steps, it is possible to enhance electrical safety and prevent electrical shocks and fires. Furthermore, the specific types of AFCIs may have some differing features. Firstly, branch or feeder AFCIs are installed at the panel board to protect the entire branch circuit. Secondly, outlet branch circuit AFCIs are installed at the first outlet on the circuit and protect the remaining circuit downstream. Thirdly, combination AFCIs provide both branch or feeder and outlet branch circuit protection. Combination AFCIs are the most common type used today. There are also dual function AFCIs which combine AFCI and GFCI protection in a single device. Keep in mind that older homes may not have AFCI protection. Retrofitting with AFCIs can significantly improve safety. Also, consult a qualified electrician for AFCI installation and troubleshooting. Improperly installed AFCIs can create hazards. There are several reasons why AFCIs are so important for safety. Firstly, they prevent electrical fires caused by arcing faults. Secondly, they protect against hidden dangers in wiring. Thirdly, they reduce the risk of electrical shock. To expand upon the reasons why they are important, firstly, AFCIs detect and interrupt dangerous arc faults before they can ignite a fire. Arc faults can occur due to damaged or aged wiring, loose connections, or appliance malfunctions. Secondly, AFCIs protect against arc faults in places that are hard to see, such as inside walls, behind furniture, and in extension cords. Thirdly, AFCIs quickly shut off power to prevent electrical shock hazards caused by damaged wiring or appliances. The NEC has specific requirements for where AFCIs are required. For example, AFCIs are required in most living areas of a home, including bedrooms, living rooms, dining rooms, and family rooms. Check the latest NEC edition for specific requirements in your area. There are some common misconceptions about AFCIs. One is that AFCIs are the same as GFCIs. Another is that AFCIs are only needed in new homes. A third is that AFCIs will solve all electrical problems. It is important to clarify these misconceptions. Firstly, AFCIs protect against arc faults, while GFCIs protect against ground faults. They address different electrical hazards. Secondly, AFCIs can be retrofitted into older homes to improve safety. Thirdly, AFCIs are just one part of a comprehensive electrical safety strategy. Regular maintenance and inspections are also important. When installing AFCIs, it is important to follow these steps. Firstly, turn off the power to the circuit. Secondly, remove the existing circuit breaker. Thirdly, connect the AFCI breaker according to the manufacturer's instructions. Fourthly, test the AFCI breaker to ensure it is working properly. Remember to always follow manufacturer's instructions for installation and testing. If you are not comfortable working with electricity, hire a qualified electrician. There are also some common causes of AFCI trips. These include faulty appliances, loose wiring connections, and overloaded circuits. If an AFCI trips frequently, investigate the possible causes. Firstly, unplug appliances one by one to see if one is causing the trip. Secondly, check wiring connections for looseness or damage. Thirdly, avoid overloading circuits by using too many appliances at once. If you cannot identify the cause of the tripping, consult a qualified electrician. There are some situations where nuisance tripping can occur. This can happen with certain types of appliances or electronic devices that generate electrical noise. If nuisance tripping is a problem, try using a different AFCI breaker or consult an electrician for solutions. It is important to distinguish between nuisance tripping and actual arc faults. If the AFCI trips repeatedly, it is important to investigate the cause to ensure there is not a real safety issue. Here are some tips for maintaining AFCIs. Firstly, test AFCIs monthly by pressing the test button. Secondly, replace AFCIs that fail the test. Thirdly, keep the area around AFCIs clear of obstructions. Regular testing ensures that the AFCI is functioning properly and will protect against arc faults. By understanding how AFCIs work, why they are important, and how to maintain them, you can improve electrical safety in your home or building. Always consult with a qualified electrician for any electrical work or troubleshooting.